Welcome to Buckets, brought to you by FanDuel Sportsbook. My name's Matt Moore. I'm the senior NBA writer for the Action Network. This is your Tuesday Best Bets episode in the association with 1 month to go before the NBA playoffs. Join me tonight, Albert Wynn. He's the Analytics Capper. You can follow him on Twitter at Analytics Capper. Also joined by Jay Money. He's on Twitter at JMoneyIsMoney. We will hopefully get that money tonight on the show. In just a second, we'll give you our best bets. Then we'll go around and we'll do the cap on them, workshop those bets, go back and forth on them. Going to be, I think, an alignment tonight on the Tuesday slate. A reminder, everything we talk about can be found in the award-winning Action Network app. It's the best way for you to track your picks. You get up the second information where the bets and money are coming in on. March Madness starts this week. You're going to bet it. I know it. You know it. Don't lie to me. If you're doing that, you need to have the app. You want to know why you need to have the app? We have brackets with the spreads on them for the first round. Keep track of all of it while you're doing your bracket. Make sure you get on all that. We have so much great information. Sean Kerner's got an entire video up that's in the app that talks to you about how to win your bracket by basically game theorying the shit out of it. You have to get the app to find this great stuff. Big Bets on Campus has quadrant by quadrant breakdowns for all of these things. Absolutely wild stuff. I have Grand Canyon in the Final Four. I probably need to change that.
Oh, no.
There's a lot to get done here. That's for Big Bets on Campus. We're going to start in the association. Jay, what's your best bet on the Tuesday slate?
Yes, sir. Give me Lakers plus the 1.5 versus the Pelicans. Could be +1, money line, whatever. Lakers are winning this game.
All right. AC, what's your best bet for Tuesday?
Yeah, I'm going to go with two short home favorites here. I like the Thunder at home against the Nets, -1.5, and then the Raptors at home against Denver, -1.
Okay, I am also on Raptors -1. I'm going to take the Magic Spurs over. That number currently at 227.5 as we record this on Monday night. Jay, let's start with you. Lake Show coming off a disappointing performance. Anthony Davis, and by that I do not mean was dominant. I mean everyone talked him up and said how awesome he is, and this is the AD, and then Wilton
Hater.
versus the Knicks. Look, Pels have actually started playing a little bit better. Why do you like the Lakers on the road in this spot?
Yeah, the Pelicans have been playing better. They still have the fourth worst offense in the league over the last 5 games. Maybe if they get Ingram back, they'll have a chance to win this game. But I think the Lakers are the better team in this particular situation. This is the first game off of a 5-game road trip, but the Lakers are in their groove. They're 4-0 against the spread and straight up last 4 games coming off a loss. And I think they win this game as well. Like I say, both teams have been playing some good defense. I believe Lakers 5th in the league in the last 5 games, where the Pelicans can play some defense as well. 9th in the league in the last 5 games. So maybe want to look towards the under here. I do think it'll hit, but with D'Angelo Russell back in the fold, the Lakers have been playing a little bit faster as well. He's good for 25 to 30 points a night in this one. Give me the Lakers here plus the 1.5. I believe they're the wrong team favorite in this game.
I'm not going against you. You've been spot on. You've been absolutely on fire lately. Matt Mitchell, is our producer, was talking to me about that, about how great you've been lately. So I'm not going to phase you. I'm going to stay away. I will say, the biggest reason for me to back the Pelicans would actually be something that you mentioned the opposite of. You're like, maybe they get Brandon Ingram back. This team is better without Brandon Ingram. You pay attention to the Pels fans, and they're like, there is an awkwardness right now. And the quotes coming out of the locker room line up with it. By the way, this season without Brandon Ingram, the Pelicans are 19-18 straight up, 19-18 against the spread. They've been better when Brandon Ingram does not play. Now, Zion was in for some of that. That obviously matters. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. Like, I'm worried about this team because I think the Pels play together. They play closer. They play tighter. I think the Lakers, like, surge has gotten a little bit out of control, but this will be a good test of it. I'm not going to fade you. You've been too hot. That's totally fair. You got a response?
The 19-18, it doesn't scare me whatsoever. And I think this is the type of game where the injuries do start to catch up for the Pelicans in this one. This is one where they need guys like Jose Alvarado that can really come in and change the energy of the game. In my opinion, if Ingram doesn't play in this one, they have no shot at winning this one. You look at this Pelicans offense, is very stagnant here. This is a team that lost to the Thunder at the house as well. I believe you were on the Thunder in that one, Matt. How do you only score 96 points versus the Thunder in that one? The game, a few games before that, you lost to the Magic as well, 101 to 93. You can't have those type of performances, especially at the house if you're trying to make the playoffs. I think this is a very winnable game for the Lakers. Plus 1.5 is absolutely disrespectful here.
Pels 12-8 without either Brandon or Zion on the floor this season. ATS 9-11 straight up though. And they are, of course, a short home favorite here. So this leans a little bit in your direction. AC, let's go ahead and get into this one that we agree on. Do you want to go first on Raptors, or you want me to go first on Raptors?
Let's go first. I'll go first here. Raptors are 32-36. Denver, first place in the West, sitting at 46-22. Who is favored here? The Toronto Raptors at home, -1. Craziest line we've seen in a while. These are actually kind of the lines that I take advantage of in college football. We're finally seeing it here in the NBA. This is a really bad spot for Denver, coming off 3 straight losses. They got to travel across the country into Toronto. They're playing a team that's still in, playoff mode here. I think they're in the play-in tournament. I don't really know the Eastern Conference standings that well, to be honest, but they also just played last week, and Denver wasn't able to cover that game at home as well. So I think Toronto, like I said in the previous episode, they match up really well with the Wings here in Denver. Obviously, Joker is going to get his. He's going to get his every single game. But we saw he had a 30-point triple-double the last 2 games and still lost. So I think, that the path is there for Toronto. I like Toronto money line and -1.
Yeah, I'm on Toronto here too. So there's a couple of factors in play here. One is they play twice in a week, and anytime that they play twice in a week, you want to go with the team that lost the last matchup. This is like an extra incentive game. The Raptors were pissed about that loss. Like, pissed. They got Scott Fostered as hard as anyone has been Scott Fostered. Now, I think they probably lose that game anyway. The momentum had completely turned, and Denver was surging past them. But they were pissed. And now they're at home. Now, this is first game off the West Coast road trip. Okay, always kind of like a little bit of an alarm mark there. Denver is just completely, they're spiraled off. I think the MVP conversation has gotten in their heads. I think they downshifted too much after essentially securing the number 1 seed. I think Jamal Murray's probably not going to play in this one. He was horrific in the loss to the Nets, and he's questionable with knee soreness. I think they probably rest him in this game, so I don't think he plays.
Is it the same ACL knee, Matt?
Yeah, it's the same one. I will also say, like, the Raptors bench is a negative versus everybody, but not versus Denver, when that's how bad Denver's bench is. Malone keeps throwing out 3-guard lineups to get absolutely roasted with Reggie Jackson, Jamal Murray, and Bruce Brown. No Jamal means that second unit is going to be more Reggie Jackson. That's bad. There should be more Christian Brown. There probably won't be. They have Jakob Poeltl, who absolutely took it to Jokic in the last matchup, and I don't see any reason that will change given how Jokic's defending right now. So, look, my model puts this at 2.9, but I don't think that factors in how bad Denver's been on the road either. Denver's been really bad on the road. Like, I'm willing to adjust this 1.5 just for that. That still gets me to where the Nuggets should be favored, sure. But if I adjust for, like, how the Nuggets have been playing, honestly, we're within range of this. High motivation spot. I'm with you. I will lay the point with the Raptors. I think the Raptors win this game. It's a revenge spot. Jay, tell me that you back us here.
Well, I can't talk you off. I'm only looking towards the Raptors. I'm not going anywhere near the Nuggets here. I mean, they did open up as 2-point favorites, and then when the Murray news came out, flipped to 1 for the Raptors in this one. First game back after a 5-game road trip, not necessarily the bet-on spot for me personally, but they did have 3 days off as well. Only thing personally I don't like about the Raptors, I read an article about Pascal Siakam where the losses are really starting to mount to this team, and they're starting to lose confidence. So that's the only reason why I'm not on the Raptors here, but I know for a fact the Nuggets are an absolute fade right now. They're not playing defense, and I just wanted to have one question for you, Matt. Do you think that this Nuggets late season slide, because they're probably going to continue to slide even more, do you think that's going to tarnish the MVP discussion for Jokic over there?
Matt, let's hear it.
It's a good question, in my opinion.
You hit a nerve, Jay.
No, I'm just trying to figure it out, because it's like, well, here's what's really funny is, like, if you ask me, like, who should win the MVP, it's Giannis. Like, I think Giannis should win the MVP. I think the conversation has definitely poisoned the water as far as, like, this thing goes. I think that there's like I think we talked about this. AC and I talked about the MVP on the show on Monday, and about, like, where this whole thing is at. I'll just say, like, I definitely think that Joker does not want to win it. I think he does not want to win it.
I think if Jokic doesn't win it, it's going to be in Embiid for sure. I think Giannis has missed too many games this season. That's just my opinion.
I think so too. That's what's weird is, like, is like, it's very weird for Embiid to have played more, but we say that. And like, I was thinking that this morning, I was like, man, Embiid, like, I hope this does not happen, knock on wood, but like his luck has been so terrible with injuries. Like I'm like, and Embiid like coming down with that knee sprain late in the season would be just,
Oh man, yeah,
so
knock
like,
on wood there.
I know it's horrible, but it's just like, man, that's what always seems to happen to him. Hope he doesn't. I'll say there's a lot of momentum around him. It looks like it's going to be Embiid based off of like the momentum, but we got a lot of ways to go. We'll see whether or not this nonsensical conversation continues. AC, you also like the Thunder tomorrow night as well.
Yeah, very similar situation as the Raptors here. So they're playing at home. The Thunder are sitting at 33 and 35, currently 10th or maybe outside of the play-in tournament. Brooklyn, 39 and 29, playing really well, guys. Brooklyn has been amazing. They've covered the last 5 games. They won 4 of the last 5, including Denver here on the 12th Sunday night. But who's favored? The Thunder are favored in this game. So it's another similar spot as the Raptors. I think it's going to go 1-1 at worst, potentially 2-0 there. So I'm going to take the risk here. I like the Thunder -1.5 at home.
AC, you got thoughts on this one? Oh, sorry, Jay, you got thoughts on this one?
No thoughts from me. I mean, Nets 6-0 against the spread last 6. Thunder 5-1 as well. In theory, I'd like to fade the Nets here in the first quarter, in my opinion. I believe 11th, 12th straight game on the road. Not on the road in a row, but in a new arena, just bouncing away from this different arenas. So could have a letdown off that Nuggets game. This is the 5th last game of a road trip as well. I see this as a toss-up. I'm not going near this game.
If Shea plays in this game, it's gonna be absolutely fantastic. It's gonna be Mikal Bridges versus Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. It's like what a just an. I just want to watch this one. This is one I just want.
Yeah, SJ will be playing. He just resting best back to back. So I wouldn't wait on SJ to be ruled in here. He should definitely play. It's just any back to back. SJ is not playing back to backs for the rest of the season.
Final one I'm taking is Magic Spurs over. This one's pretty simple. It's a numbers play. I've got this one projected 10 points over. The over in Spurs games has been pretty consistent this season. That's another like reason to go in that direction. If we look at this season, the Spurs at home have gone 19-15 at 56% to the over. So the Spurs shoot a little bit better at home. Magic defend a little bit worse on the road. So that's enough to get me on the over here. I just think this number is really low at 227.5. This should be in the 230s. All right, let's get wrap it up for Buckets. Best bets for a Tuesday. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to check out AC and I's weekend recap as well as the awards episode. Make sure to follow Jay on Twitter at JMoneyIsMoney. You can follow Albert on Twitter at AnalyticsCapper. Our thanks to David Payne, our producer. Appreciate him chopping this up and putting it together. We'll see you guys again tomorrow with another Best Bets episode. Till then, let's get buckets.